Greetings and welcome. My name is Melissa Brace, and today we're going to do a little bit of a channeling with Archangel Uriel. And we're going to pull a couple of cards and kind of check in with the mass consciousness and see what's going on in the energy. So we'll have a little bit of an energy update. For the past few days, I've been nudged and directed with Archangel Uriel, so that's exciting for me. And I've been getting, for months, really intense downloads and codes and all kinds of stuff going on. So I wonder how many of you are also having that. And we're coming out of Mercury retrograde this week. It's March 5th, 2020. And we're just ending the biggest Mercury retrograde ever is what I think. I know I'm not the only one that felt this one really big. I usually don't feel it that much, but this one was huge. So I'm wondering how many of you are also feeling a little of the tumultuousness or movement, change, really large changes happening with people. Awakenings, how's that? Shadow work, how's that? Every day when I wake up, for many years, ask Source, what can I know today and how can I help? How can I be of service? And today I drew some cards. I usually draw some cards and ask for the theme of the day so I can focus on something and be protective. So as we know, this time period is for us to really remember how to balance, stay balanced, and kind of learn how to manifest. So we already know inside, but it has to do with our thoughts and our focus because the universe is going to answer us. All of our thoughts, all of our, all of the projected thoughts, all of the things that we're going through ultimately come down to us. So I was kind of saying some prayers this morning and started pulling cards. And the first one I got was abundance. And the second one I got on a different deck was abundance. And the third one I got was transformation. Look at that big phoenix rising. I love these cards. They're so good. And then the next one I got, I pulled two on accident together, but I got awakening, abundance. How could that be? These are the ones I always do this. Well, I used to do that with my boyfriend every day when I would go, pick your card. And we'd put it on each other's head and we would help each other laugh and start the day with a theme of things like awakening abundance. That just makes me giggle. So I've never done that before where I have everything being surrounded by abundance and abundance cards. I really like this one. These are the numerology cards. So it's an 88. That's a important number, of course. And then look on the sides. You get the infinity symbols. And that has to do with twin flame things. I've been getting a lot of downloads and such about twin flames, soulmates, all these things that people are asking about inside and out as our lives are shifting and growing. And so I'm going to ask Archangel Uriel to come in and maybe talk about why we're getting these cards, why the synchronicities are so strong for all of us lately, and start with abundance. How's that? Archangel Uriel is saying greetings, because I think it's fun to say it that way. Greetings and welcome. Archangel Uriel is also saying thank you. Many of us are connecting all over the world in our soul levels in different dimensions. Our soul tribes, our soul families. It's almost like a clarion call is going out right now. As we kind of roll into springtime and through March, which is Pisces season, which is good emotion, water sign. As we move into springtime, there's like a clarion call going out to all of the light workers, all of the people that have been working on themselves, all of the service to humanity people, kind of like reigniting some passions in them, and sort of refocusing, like refurbishing people to get onto their divine path. So Archangel Uriel is saying, please remember that you are not off of your divine path. You have not messed up. You're not left behind. You did not fail. Some of us have been going through many deep things, like our deep shadow work. Our most grievous traumas are coming up for us to look at and release. And so Archangel Uriel is saying, remember, this is just a time of clearing and transmuting and dissolving old patterns. And we have already put into place, the heavens have put into place. He's saying not just the heavens and the ground crew, the light, the source, the light has put into place the 5D new matrix as we continue to sweep away the old dissolving and crumbling matrix, which would be the lower energies, the lower programs, falsities, he's saying. So he is here to bring some information to us about building a bridge in our transformations, which was one of my cards that I pulled this morning. And the symbol of the Phoenix rising is really important, because even though many of us are feeling defeated, betrayed, grievous, loss, lack, fear, sickness, I've had a couple of surgeries, and I think I have more to come. And that has been really hard for me, and in my path going, oh, come on, man, I got to get with it. I'm ready to, be the gypsy adventurer that I am. And it's really grounded me and made me look at the things in myself that I did not see, or that I was resistant to, or that I'm afraid of. Look at my fears in the middle of really intense sick times and surgery. I had big surgeries. And so Archangel Uriel is saying, I'm here. A band of angels is here to help bridge the gap between where each one of you are at in your lives, to build the bridge into that fifth dimension and above. So many of you are having really intense awakenings and downloads, codes, all the things that are happening or have been happening in our lifetimes, that is just really clearing our paths. So he's coming today as a clarion call, like calling all light workers, calling all star seeds, calling all love beings, calling all of your soul group and soul tribe. He's saying not soul group. He's saying soul tribes and families. So please expect in the next months and weeks and years to finally some of us connect with maybe like a romantic partner, mate, and possibly people are changing or recognizing who they really do belong with, and the blockages between people, relationships, families, careers, whatever it is, the blockages that we all have, all of us have some. And some of the attachments that were keeping us blinded from really what our heart's desires were. This time period, we're coming into a recognition, coming into our heart space, really recognizing what our divine plans are. And sometimes it could be the next part of our purpose or who we belong with. So there's some enormous, colossal change going on right now. Again, transformation. And in these 5D places, spaces, Archangel Uriel is saying, I am here to help bridge that from the 3D that's exhausting and disappointing and lethargic and upsetting and full of chaos. So, and he's saying I'm here to remind you that this is time for us to learn how to ground and balance and stay focused in the fifth dimension and above, while we're living our physical life, as our physical bodies are being awakened and ascending, and they're being just almost recalibrated to the higher frequencies, recalibrated. So don't be mean to yourself. Like, this is the greatest time of all to really give yourself a hug and kudos, and remind you that you're loved. You have much love around you, and you're not alone. And he wasn't kidding. He says there's just endless help for you from spirit. And all you have to do is ask. So you're always surrounded in love and peace and healthiness. And so many of us, he's saying, the clarion call, or it's almost like the beacon, has been going out to remind us what each one of us is, our purposes are more and more. So notice the synchronicities and notice this cool connection that we're having as we shift slowly into sort of like unity consciousness, the law of one. Some of the signs you might be seeing are that you know things before they're going to happen, almost like a deja vu. That happened to me today. It was pretty intense. And again, recognizing, I'm seeing what he's showing me. I'm very visual, so what he's showing me is many people coming into balance together with their soulmates, twin flames. There's like true loves that could be, remember, could be family members, friends, and people just almost hitting the reboot button even more than before, which it's already been happening. Reboot. And we just know that we know where we're supposed to be, what the next part of our purpose is. And it could be very different than what you used to think it was. So this is the next part of our missions and purposes here on earth in our advancing into the higher dimensions. He's saying this is just an evolution. You all knew that was here. And so even if it's hard, try to remember you signed up for this, and we will always be here to help. I am a bridge to help you advance and to be stable. Stay stable. He's saying over these last weeks and months and in this retrograde time period, many people have just almost just like let go, like really to really deep things and old ways, old belief systems, old ideals that we all thought we were, or could be in our subconscious, but that we thought we were carrying. He says, as we come into create abundance, we will check the boxes, check ourselves and how we are thinking as we clear out. It's almost like transmute the depths of our old school thinking and pain and suffering and trauma. There's no need to learn this way, he says. God, from suffering and trauma. We're not here to be punished. We're here to, all of us, every single one of us are all here to sweep away the really old school way of doing things and coming into a more harmonious and evolved state of being. So this is what we've really been praying for, the heaven on earth, for, generations, thousands of years, because humanity didn't really like this dark hole that we went into. So know that all of the heavens are here to help. All of the light is here to help at any time. It is a time to focus on creation. So that means your chakras kind of need to be in balance, and the creation comes, one of my favorite colors is orange. So if you were here, if you were to look around my place, I always have orange stuff. It's sacral chakra. It's really important in the creation of things, the manifestation. So Archangel Uriel is going to help each one of us, whoever wants him to help, clear out our sacral chakras and realign everything in order, so that we consciously create and manifest. Because I think all of us, every single person on the planet, has this subconscious thing going. We have programs and thoughts and ideas and the way things are supposed to be moving through us at all times. And we accidentally manifest and create by our subconscious in the lower energies on accident. It's time for forgiveness and it's time for transformation, he says. And it's time for conscious creation and manifestation. So this is a really beautiful time period to go ahead and go inside of your heart. And Archangel Uriel can help you if you ask to go inside of your heart and expand and think of some things while you feel your passions ignite, your purposes ignite, your connections ignite, your gifts and talents and abilities, and the old like sweeps away. It's almost like being swept away or dissolving. It's a good time to ask the universe for what you really want, which may be different than last week, may be different than last year or 10 years ago. As we all built our lives, we might just have sudden change. Some of you will be recognizing in this springtime months, March, April, May, June, July, new love, new career paths, new ways you want to do things, and possibly new homes. I'm seeing people travel again. That happens. Travel. I love that. It makes me happy to travel. Not all the time, of course, but sometimes. Makes me happy to travel because it sort of just literally just soothes my soul. He's saying the light is being shined on, is shining on everyone and everything. So the things in our subconscious that we're subconsciously manifesting, things are coming to light. And if you're purposely out of integrity, or, lying, cheating, stealing, manipulating people, things like that are going to be really, really easy to see. So our discernments, which I always need more of, will be more clear in each other, but all of it will really come up in ourselves. The light is shining on the imbalances, is all it is. There's a lot of forgiveness going around. There's a lot of knowing inside in these next months, like where we really do belong and how and why. I'm the bridge. He just keeps saying I'm the bridge. Archangel Uriel has always been here for us to throughout time to help us kind of work in the light and the dark within ourselves and in humanity. So he's saying, I'm holding it up. I'm holding up the energy for each one of you that wants a little help, so that you forever come out of these lower energies, detach from the things that pull us down, block us, keep us behind. And it's almost like literally like a literal reboot for many, 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 many people, where we will connect in the unity consciousness, the law of one, unity consciousness. It's almost like a collective, like a beehive collective. Weirdly, that bee, my name means honeybee. Melissa means honeybee. But they're showing me like the collective is like a honeybee colony of harmony, higher thinking. So any wisdom, knowledge, truth, understanding, help, anything we need is in that collective consciousness. Our collective consciousness right now has chaos. It's all out of tune. So all the stuff we're learning is frazzled, frayed. He's saying frayed, like frayed at the end of a, has sometimes a sweater. If you love your sweater, it's your favorite sweater. And like 5 years later, the little cuffs and stuff are all frayed. The end of it's frayed, right? He's saying that's how the collective consciousness is feeling right now. It's exhausted. If any of you are exhausted, go ahead and rest. Each, again, shadow piece in us it's real easy to use words. I think there are many pieces in all of us that are imbalanced, that we're all working on. But it's so easy to point out things like addiction, lying, stealing, manipulation, abuse, trauma. For me, and in many sessions, many people are working on a lot of trauma and past abuses. That's almost like unwinding off of them. Either way, victim or predator, peace, balancing. And so if you are feeling extremely psychic, and you're having new gifts come in, or just overwhelming, however you do it, clairvoyant, audient, sentient, clairsentient, audient. If you're having extreme messages come in, this is also part of the downloading and upgrading and coding and things like that. And it's a real gift, but sometimes when you're empathic or you're pretty sensitive like this, it's exhausting. So he's saying many of you are very exhausted from your own life experience as well as what's going on in the mass consciousness. So take a break, take a rest. And it's okay. You're not behind. You are so on path. You are loved, and we, meaning the heavens, angels, archangels, most high, will kind of help smooth and balance out with you if you want, so that you feel grounded and in order and stable in that 5D energy. He says, like you're going to start feeling little inklings of your joy coming back. For me personally, because I've had the surgeries and I'm not kidding, I've had so many things where, like my RV that I'm paying on has been stolen. I've been paying on it for these people that took off with it for like 6, 7, 8 months. I don't know how long. It's been a long time. Thousands and thousands of dollars. And then so that's a big subject, and you gotta go. I have to find it, and I have to, all these legal things I'm having to do. And then I'm in the middle of surgery and septic and almost dead, and this is the recovery, and I'm running a business full time, all these things. I've had a lot of help. Thank you to all my friends and family and loved ones, and to all of you. But it's just been too much. So I'm exhausted some days. So go ahead and rest. Don't be mean to yourself. Just know that you are loved. You are doing it right, and you are on path. Expect joy to come back. Expect your healthiness to come back. Expect for you to have harmonious, wonderful relationships beyond what you've ever known before. Expect it. Because that is what is for you. That is what is in your divine plan, your divine path. Archangel Uriel is saying that is enough. We'll sweep away the darkness, and as we walk over the bridge into the higher energies, just know that you will continue to grow and learn, and you're doing really, really well. Consciously create and manifest the abundance on each step of each part of your awakenings. You have a lot of support. Let's see if there's anything else, another deck of cards. He's saying yes, there is. Baby steps. Action. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. So we're going to work on trusting ourselves. Baby steps. In the higher energies, part of conscious creation and manifestation is following your intuition before it makes sense. We are going to regain the ability or the willingness or capacity to trust ourselves again. I think every person that I've ever met is working on that. because throughout our lifetime we've made mistakes and we didn't know what to do, and we've had these, moments and karmic things and balancing, and sometimes you just go, maybe I just won't ever choose right or do it right. It's not true. The truth is, you should expect to do it right. Do baby steps and trust your intuition and your gut feeling, and take action before it unfolds. Okay, well, I pulled the Eight of Wands as well. And Archangel Uriel is saying there's significant meaning in this. And this has come up in readings for the past 3 or 4 days for me in readings that I'm doing. And so he's saying I'm going to explain this. Okay. The Eight of Wands. Symbolically, and let me read. I don't know what the book would say. I always do everything intuitively. But he's saying, look, all the wands are in mid-flight. And again, another 8 having symbols, which is an abundant number. Eight of Wands. Yeah. Action. Movement, fast-paced, change, action, alignment, air travel, hastiness, speed, rushing, progress. See, the 8 wands are in the air, like almost like someone's thrown them. They're all in order. And this is representative, he's saying, of our conscious manifestation skills that we're working on. Our heart wants this piece, all in order. And they might be different things, different projects, different ideas or things that our heart wants. Healthiness, abundance, career change, love, home, family, to be okay. Could be many things. So for this March, the mass consciousness is having call to action, clarion call to look at the new pieces of our lives as we consciously create and manifest, is what he's saying. Hope that makes sense. I'm seeing it. And wherever these land, we can organize them accordingly so that our home life, our careers, our love life are all in order. So in these mid-action, take some baby steps, take some steps of action to creating what you want. And dream big. Don't be like everybody else. Dream big. Because the call is coming in for us to recognize our purposes and truths. And it's really good. As we start recognizing more and more over the next days, weeks, months, and years that we are living in this higher matrix form, as well as watching the old continue to crumble away out of each one of us, out of each one of our consciousnesses, and in the physical world. The physical world is shifting and will show this higher dimension coming in, consciousness forming into physical. And we're going to see some great and rapid changes. He's saying, Archangel Uriel is saying, watch, there's going to be distractions and stuff like always, especially in a political year where everyone is, running for president and screaming and yelling and hating and all those things everywhere. So watch for a little bit of extra tumultuousness or negativity, toxicity, and we're going to go, bing, and not fall for it as much. As these higher frequencies or higher ideals, more harmonious, more coherent, more happy, healthy solutions and answers come in, because the light is shining on all of the stuff that's hinky. The light's shining on all of the stuff that is imbalanced. The light's shining on everything that is unseemly and unsavory. So we're just going to stop falling for all of the political games and all of the um, things that can kill us every day. The fear mongering. So this is really cool because every single card, I hope I presented it in a smooth way, because I'm kind of in awe of how it's unfolding. The transformation as we come into the springtime and throughout the spring and into the summer, we're going to see big changes around us, each one of us in our lives personally, and on the bigger platform, like the bigger stage. And we're not going to fall for the craziness as much. And when the craziness touches you, as it does all of us, when it makes you feel disappointed and scared and sad or mad, take a little bit of a rest and know that at any time, anywhere, we can help you expand and go into your heart and come back into peace or come back into harmony, the unity consciousness, and reboot your conscious efforts to create and manifest the things that you really want instead of the things that you don't. He says, so again, focus, baby steps, take some action before take baby steps, step forward, take some action, and learn how to trust yourselves as as your mind starts moving in clear ways that manifest with clarity the higher frequency and heart's desires. He says love, family, friendships, relationships, careers, incomes, health, safety, all these things are just so in these higher energies. So focus on those things. We're the bridge. We're on the bridge. We are the bridge is what Archangel Uriel is saying. He says, I love you all. At any time, I'm glad to help. And he will be very clear, short, but very clear. If any of you ever want to ask for Archangel Uriel's help. It's a change everywhere. Transformation. The Phoenix rising. Thank you, guys. Hope that was fun. I will talk to you soon.